In this video, I will substitute the word Western for the word white. Okay. I am part white, but this has to be said. The white-skinned people have stopped at nothing to make it seem like they're superior, to make it seem like you should listen to them, to betray me, to blame each other. The Jews blaming the whites blaming the Jews. The people in charge are best described as part white, part Jewish. Like the English royal family or something, quote unquote royal family. So let us understand why among these people and their races and their cultures is the core of Satanism. The core of Satanism is found in Western people. Okay. The core of the source of man, the source of religion, martial arts, the most stigmatized group by this group of people that has the core of Satanism, are black people. And obviously, they've all betrayed me, but this has to be said. And of course, as society shifts directions, they probably don't care much about the fact that I'm going to say this, because everyone is openly embracing evil these days to such an extreme level that they can't even logically make a logical argument as to why they're not. All right. And of course, even as I make this video, they have fumed me. They have made it so it's hard for me to buy clothes in terms of clothes that are available, more than the money at this point. They've done a great injustice to all of humanity. So certainly, when you couple all this with how the Spirit of God ends, we must look at the Western people as the children of the devil. The children of the devil was in Rome, was in the West, and they controlled the reproductive cycles of these Western people. So what are the characteristics of white culture, or rather, Western culture, we'll say? Well, we know, none of these things can be denied. You're insane if you think I'm wrong about a single one. One is it's shallow. Compare it. Compare it to black culture. Compare it to the cultures that they embrace, Native American, Asian culture. They're constantly looking outside of Western culture to give them a point of reference for spiritual depth, if you will. The Bible, right? Semites, they're looking to other people. Characteristics of Western culture is shallow. The crony capitalism, it's sexualized in a rather repugnant manner. Secularism, hypocrisy, denial, privilege, the essence of political corruption. They are the bell that rings the loudest when it comes to political corruption. All corruption in other nations are trickle-down political corruption from the West and hand-me-down political corruption from colonialism. The Western man's burden, if you will. The resulting suffering that these places never saw anywhere near to the same degree as when the West came and colonized it. It's like I leave a frat house, I leave a sorority house, and they're all raped and killed or something. Okay, and you say, well, they did it to themselves, when nothing like that ever happened. Right? Stupid. Okay, maybe not the best example, but you get what I'm trying to say. All right. So drugs, drug-based rape, pedophiles, psychological operations, Western science, eugenics, pollution, globalism. They say stupid shit. Right? Stupid shit is also characteristic of Western culture. Okay, they're like the main pedophiles in the world. Okay, by far, all other pedophilia is probably just trickle-down pedophilia from either the West or the core culture of Western pedophilia, which may be from Sumer or whatever. Okay, that's all it is. All these things, not only they're characteristic of Western culture, in the West, they're the bell that rings the loudest. Okay, they occur in the most repugnant form in the West. Western science, eugenics, scientific racism, social Darwinism, pollution, globalism, destroying the planet, mining, right, fracking, or whatever. Pirates that are well-armed all throughout Western history. They are the most well-armed pirates. They're the worst pirates. Deep state, puppeteers, obesity, weight gain, oil, greed related to oil, consumption, the abomination known as mental health, atheism, Western occultism, porn, sexual immorality, orgies, old criminal producing Ivy League schools, skull and bones trash, Brazilius, filth like that. The worst slavery, debt slavery, provocative dress, large incarcerated populations, high urban crime rates, embracing serial killers. And I'm talking about in the absence of a drug cartel or something, just crime for just fucking Western culture's sake and not over a drug war per se. Okay. Embracing serial killers, embracing organized crime, prostitution, pimping, homosexuality, the LGBT movement, mind control operations, unethical experimentations, particularly evil forms of slavery, Native American genocide, arrogance, sadism. And let's not forget that every major problem that any other country has in the world is directly a result and obviously more contributable to Western activity than their own activity. Okay? They have communist and capitalist and democratic, and they have their political parties mirror ours and are sponsored by the West. Okay. So we look at the 7 sins: deceit, lust, greed, gluttony, wrath, envy, pride, sloth. The West is the bell that rings the loudest with all the sins. Then they have the nerve to say stupid shit like, out of the darkness comes the light. Come on, guys. How can you be pure evil? That's like the devil in hell telling a bunch of pussies that out of the darkness comes the light. And of course, we have the wordplay. Hell is a Norse deity. Okay, they're the white people that are furthest away from other places. It happens to be that deity. They're raising hell. Hades. Okay, demos, democracy, the people, like demon. You know, people, A-P-E-P-L.